Hi everybody, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. I have a big problem. So today we're going to address that problem. I realized when I did my bookshelf tour that I have a ton of books that I forgot I owned, or books that I meant to get to, but I never did, and they've been sitting there way longer than they should. Or books that I did read, but I've completely forgotten the plot lines. So, my name is Ashley, and I'm obsessed with books, apparently more than I thought. I really thought that I had a handle on this. I thought that I had my collection under control. I thought I knew absolutely everything I had and what I thought of it, and apparently that is not the case, and I did not realize it until the bookshelf tour. So, here is the plan. I'm going to start going through those forgotten books and deciding whether or not I want to keep them or whether or not to unhaul. And this is going to be hard because I have a hard time getting rid of books. Books are my bread and butter. I love them. It's pretty much my primary form of entertainment. I can go sometimes weeks without turning on the TV. I cannot go a day without reading in a book. So, even though I haven't read these, I'm still emotionally attached to them. Is that ridiculous or not? So, my plan, and I'm going to start slow. I'm just starting with one book this month, Don't Let Go by Harlan Coben. It was on my February TBR, if you watched that video. And I'm just going to add in a couple of those books every single month for 6 months. And at the end of 6 months, the ones that I don't get to are kaput. They're gone. And that's going to be hard because eventually I'm going to have to be doing, be reading like entire TBRs of these books. I'm not going to start off like that, but towards the end, I'm going to have to do that. It's all going to depend on what's left. And I'm nervous. I have certain books that I want to get to in 6 months, and then there's another stack that I'm saying a year on. It's all like based on priority and interest level. So it's like the ones that I'm more interested in, I'm giving myself a little bit longer on. But the ones that I read the synopsis and I'm just kind of like on, I'm giving myself 6 months on those. So this is going to be, it's going to be interesting, but I really do need shelf space. So, I thought that I just thought it was a lost cause. I thought it was hopeless before. Like, oh, I'm running out of shelf space, but I love all these books and I don't want to part with any of them. But there's a pretty good chunk on here that I have some wiggle room with. So, starting up here on this shelf, I've read a couple of these. I read Rock, Paper, Scissors. I read The Child. And down here we have Daisy Darker and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I really liked both of those. But everything in the middle there I have not read yet. So those are the ones that I'm going to try to get to in the next 6 months. And on this shelf down here on the bottom, pretty much the entire shelf is the ones that I'm giving myself a year on. So it's like as I pull these out, I'm going to move these up. So it's kind of just going to be like a little rotating system. And then on top of that, I kind of want to do something similar for books that I have read, but I don't really remember the plot line, or I've read them so long, I forgot what they are about. So that's going to be a reread challenge. I'm not going to be like sticking to that as strictly, because I know I've read these books before and I kept them for a reason. So I'm probably going to enjoy them. But I do need to refresh my memory on what they're about in order to be able to justify keeping them around. And a lot of that, I can't believe I'm even saying this, a huge chunk of that is my Nora Roberts collection. I went through a stage for about 3 years where it was Nora Roberts, Nora Roberts, Nora Roberts. And that was, I was just out of high school. And I accumulated a ton of her books, not nearly all of them, but a ton of them. And I've read a lot of them. But there's also a lot that I bought anticipating reading that I never got to. And now so much time has passed. I don't remember which is which. I know that there's like a handful of titles that I know for sure I read. But as for the rest of them, I don't know which ones I read and which ones I didn't. So that's going to involve rereading all of them. And that's like 2 chunky little shelves of Nora Roberts there. So that's going to be a journey. And I still read her on occasion, but I don't read her like I used to. Like I will read a book here and there that is Nora Roberts. But she's not one of my go-tos anymore. She's not and it's not due to her writing style or anything like that. It's just I discovered so many other people and like my horizons broadened and I got interested in all kinds of stuff. And I think the problem was she was too prolific because she puts out so many books per year and I couldn't keep up and read everybody else that I wanted to read. So it led to me forgetting to pick up her books. So now I've been reading an average of her books for the past few years, maybe 2 per year, and I need to pick up on that if I'm going to get through that collection. So there's going to be a major Nora Roberts reread, and it might include me getting rid of a lot of those books because I don't read her enough. So it's like if my love just doesn't get resparked, then I'm going to have to let it go. And that kind of hurts because I know there's some gems in there. Like, for example, I love Public Secrets. I've read Public Secrets multiple times. And I really enjoyed Birthright, too. I know those 2 for sure. Those were like my first 2 books that I read by her, and I was hooked because I loved both of them. But when it comes to the rest of them, I just don't remember which ones I did and which ones I didn't. So let me know how you guys would like to see that. Would you just like me to talk about it in wrap-ups, or would you like a dedicated Nora Roberts vlog that is just me like rereading her books, like dedicated to just her? I mean, that might be good for my romance lovers out there, but just let me know what you would like to see before I even start that journey. And on top of that, I also have rereading my childhood favorites books. That's going to take me some time to get through. I don't have a timeline on that, but that stuff is all going to go eventually. And I said that in my bookshelf tour, which is the Fear Street books, the Nancy Drew books, the Boxcar Children books. However, I want to reread those series first. And I want to make sure I have every book in the series because my ultimate goal is to donate those to a children's library or something along those lines, like the entire set. I know growing up that I would hate if I was getting really, really super into a series and then I come to a book and I couldn't find it anywhere. So my goal is to donate the entire set of those series so that kids can just easily move on to the next one when they're ready. So that is my goal, and that's going to take more time because those are all very long series, and I know that I do not own all of the books in any of those series. So that's going to take some time, and that's going to be accumulating more books, but ultimately they will be gone. So this is going to be a journey, and I'm hoping to do all of this within this year, and that's kind of scary, but very exciting at the same time. I start shaking when I think about getting rid of books. You know, like I know that some of you guys out there understand what I mean. It is hard. It is very, very hard. I don't have a problem getting rid of books that I don't like unless they're part of a series, you know. But if it's a book that I do like but didn't love, I still have problems parting with it because I'm always like, well, I might want to go back to it someday. So it's very, very difficult. And I don't, because I have that problem, I just know that I don't have the room to leave things on my shelves that aren't getting touched at all. And that's, you know, it's hard. it's it's hard to talk about, but I don't have the space and it's not productive. So I'm going to start with these up here, like I said. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 8 books up on this shelf that I want to get to in the next 6 months for sure. And I'm probably going to add in 1 to 2 of those in every single TBR for the next 6 months. And then I'll start adding the other ones in accordingly. And yeah, at the end of that 6 months, what I either haven't read up there is going to go, what I didn't like is going to go, and the same with the other ones. So this very well could end up with me having empty shelves, and that makes me sad on one hand, but on another hand, it gives me room for more that I might have a better chance of liking. So there's pros and cons to it. It's kind of scary, but exciting at the same time. And I hope that you guys will join me on the journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that is all that I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, follow me on the social medias. Click that bell if you want to be notified of all of my upcoming videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, bookworms. Do you like a steamy read? If so, then I have a treat for you. Do you like beasts, magical kingdoms, and witches? If so, then I have a treat for you. Dawn to Dusk by Kat Bethel will be launching on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited on February 10th. This is a story of a Mesre who is stuck in a world that for hundreds of years has raged between the faction of beasts and the council of mages. Once the most lethal and valuable asset under the council's banner, and Mesre has decided that she will no longer be fighting for a cause that she does not believe in, and wanted for treason, she flees to the faction and is now protecting the beast that she had previously terrorized. This is a fun, descriptive, immersive, steamy, wild ride that I could not put down. And it's written by my baby sister, but I promise I'm not at all biased. We hope that you will join us for Dawn to Dusk, which is now available for pre-order on Kindle Unlimited. I will have all of the links in the description down below for you, and hopefully you will join us on this journey.